guys, so I've been wanting to do another silly, embarrassing moment for quite some time. I just couldn't think of which story to tell. And this morning, as I'm going through some of the photos that I took on a recent trip to DC, I came across this one that I took by mistake. And my normal response to this photo would be to immediately delete it, because a well-known fact about me is that I do not like feet. And I don't discriminate. I don't like anyone's feet, including mine, especially mine. But that actually gave me the inspiration to do this video about something that happened to me a long time ago. I think I was maybe like 14 or 15 years old, and I ended up getting ingrown toenails on both of my big toes. Now, for any of you younger folks out there, here's something to keep in the back of your mind. If you're wearing sneakers that are too small for your feet, you can get ingrown toenails. And especially if you're not taking good care of your toenails, you're very likely to get ingrown toenail. And what that is that it's like the nail, because of the pressure from the sneaker, begins to grow side to side instead of up, and it digs into your skin. And so that was happening to both my big toes. They were growing inwards, and it gets to the point where the skin actually splits open and you're seeing flesh. Now, 14, 15 years old, I think, okay, I'm dying. Like there's something seriously wrong, and I probably just have days to live. I was freaking out. I remember just writing a will and leaving my cassette tapes to my sister and just distributing everything amongst my siblings. I really thought I was gonna die, and I was super afraid to say anything. I don't know why, but I didn't want to say anything to anyone. So what I did was that every morning I would take a shower, then I would take alcohol and hydrogen peroxide and just douse both my toes, and then take Band-Aids or toilet paper, paper towel, whatever was around, wrap up the toe. And I did that every single day for months. Actually, it was probably a year, if not more, that I did that. And eventually it just got worse and worse, and there was just more flesh exposed. And there was one point where it got so gross, and here's a picture of that. No, I wouldn't do that to you guys, but there are photos online if you want to see what it looks like, and it is super gross. But yeah, as it got worse and worse, I thought, okay, I'm knocking on door's death any day. It's on door's death, on death's door at any moment. It's gonna happen. But my stepmom eventually found out. If I remember correctly, I think she saw a sock of mine, and again, by this point it was infected. So she saw the blood and the infection on the sock, and so she confronted me, and I told her about it. She's like, "Silly, why didn't you just come to us? We just take it to the doctor and get it fixed." She's like, "It wasn't that serious." In actuality, it actually could be a serious thing. Once it gets infected, which again, you have exposed flesh, so that's highly likely, the infection can spread to the bone. If you are diabetic, it can get so bad to where something needs to be amputated, whether it be your toe or your foot. So it can be a big deal. So it should be treated right away. So I do not recommend waiting for a year, but she did take me to the doctor as soon as possible after that. And here's a little sidebar story to that. So I go to the hospital, the doctor, he takes this local anesthesia spray. So he sprays my toenail, hits it. "Can you feel that?" I go, "Yes." He sprays, hits, yes. Sprays, hits, yes. And he goes, "Well, this has been oversprayed, so I think you're just imagining that you can feel it because you're watching me touch your toe." So he begins the operation, which was, he basically took scissors down the middle of my toenail and then just twirled it around and yanked off my toenails. And I don't remember screaming, but I do remember just being in so much pain and just making noise. And I had my hands in my hair, and I was just pulling, and I was just in so much pain. So he finishes on both toes, and I was looking away, and he hits my toe again. He goes, "Can you feel that?" I go, "Yes." And he goes, okay, well, don't look back at me. Just let me know when you feel me touching your toe. I said, okay. He touches my toe. I go, I feel it. And he says something like, oh my gosh, you could feel that. At that point, you know, I literally had hair in my hands from pulling. That's how much pain I was in. And I just remember like leaping towards him. And my stepmom, she gets in the way and she's like, get out the room, get out the room, get out the room. So the doctors leave the room, and it's a funny story to me just because I never thought that I would be that type of person who would leap at someone like that. But I did discover that day that under certain amounts of pain, I'm definitely that person because I wanted to go after him. Oh yeah, so that's just another little sidebar story. Another sidebar is that I remember my sister being upset because she did not get my cassette tapes, but we'll save that for another day. Just kidding. But, so yeah, I just wanted to share that experience with you guys. If you have had a similar experience, I'd love to hear about stuff like this. So please like, subscribe, and most importantly, comment and let me know about your story. Bye.